Greetings everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bite Size History on History with Audrey D. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at the Buddhist holiday of Asalha Puja. Now this is one of the Buddhist holidays that originated from ancient India and is still practiced around the world by Buddhists today. If you are enjoying these lessons so far, please make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, find me on Instagram as History with Audrey D, and you can support this channel further through the links in my bio as well as the description below. Let's go ahead and get started on our lesson about Asalha Puja, the Buddhist holiday that originated out of ancient India. Asalha Puja, also known as Dharma Day or Asalha Puja Day, is one of the most significant Buddhist holidays. It marks the occasion when the Buddha delivered his first sermon, known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, or setting the wheel of Dharma in motion, at Deer Park in Sarnath, India. This sermon laid the foundation for the Buddhist teachings and established the core principles of Buddhism. Asalha Puja is celebrated on the full moon day of the month of Asalha, or July. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details surrounding this holiday, starting out with the historical significance of this day. After attaining enlightenment, the Buddha gave his first sermon to his 5 former companions at Deer Park. In this sermon, he introduced the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, which are central to Buddhist teachings. The sermon is often referred to as the turning of the wheel of Dharma, symbolizing the beginning of the Buddha's teaching mission and the dissemination of his insights. Along with these two historical significances, the formation of the Sangha took place on this day. Following this sermon, one of the 5 companions, Kandana, achieved the first stage of enlightenment, becoming the first disciple of the Buddha. This event marks the establishment of the Sangha, the community of Buddhist monks and nuns. There are also a number of celebrations and practices that go along with Asalha Puja. Starting off, we see that devotees visit temples to participate in special ceremonies and rituals. This includes listening to the recitation of the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, chanting, meditation, and taking part in Dharma talks. Lay Buddhists often observe the 5 precepts more strictly on this day. Some may also undertake the 8 precepts for deeper spiritual practice. Offering food and other necessities to monks is common practice on Asalha Puja. This act of generosity helps lay people cultivate merit and support the monastic community. In many Buddhist countries, candlelight processions are held in the evening. Participants walk around the main shrine or stupa 3 times, carrying candles, incense, and flowers, symbolizing respect for the Buddha, Dharma or teachings, and Sangha, monastic community. This day is also filled with merit-making and number of acts of kindness. Some Buddhists engage in the practice of releasing captive animals, such as birds or fish, as a symbolic act of compassion and liberation. Buddhists often engage in acts of kindness and community service, such as helping the needy, donating to charitable causes, and participating in environmental conservation activities. Asalha Puja is also a day of spiritual significance. This is a day when Buddhists reflect on the teachings of the Buddha and renew their commitment to following the path of Dharma. It emphasizes the importance of understanding and practicing the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. If you would like to find out more about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, you can check out the links at the end of this video. I did a couple very specific lessons on those as well. As a simple breakdown, the Four Noble Truths include the truth of suffering, or dukkha, the cause of suffering, or samuddaya, the end of suffering, nirodha, and the path leading to the end of suffering, which is magga. The Noble Eightfold Path is right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And lastly, we are going to discuss some of the regional observances, as many different countries actually celebrate this holiday in a number of different ways with various traditions. In Thailand, Asalha Puja is known as Asalha Puja. It is marked by temple ceremonies, almsgiving, and candlelit processions. It's a public holiday, and many people participate in making merit by giving alms to monks and performing good deeds. In Cambodia, Asalha Puja is celebrated with temple visits, listening to sermons, and engaging in acts of merit-making. In Sri Lanka, Asalha Puja is known as Asalha Puja. It involves temple visits, meditation, and religious observances. Special emphasis is placed on the teachings of the Buddha and the importance of the monastic community. And in Myanmar, or Burma, Asalha Puja is known as Waso. It is a time for almsgiving, listening to Dharma talks, and observing precepts. Overall, Asalha Puja is a significant day in the Buddhist calendar, celebrating the Buddha's first sermon and the establishment of the Sangha. It serves as a reminder of the core principles of Buddhism and encourages Buddhists to deepen their understanding and practice of the Dharma. Through various rituals and practices, devotees express their reverence for the Buddhist teachings and renew their dedication to the path of enlightenment. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you did, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button, and make sure to find me on Instagram as History with Audrey D. Also, if you enjoyed this lesson and you would like to learn more, please check out the links in my playlist for World History with Audrey D, as well as continue to do your own research on Buddhism and ancient India. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you in our next lesson.